We are back yet again, and so are the S.A.D.B.O.I.S and the G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S, making their exact return from Primetime Tuesday number 8, heading into the grand finals of Primetime Tuesday number 9. Kbot and ThreezyBreezy here on the call. Threezy, what a match we just watched from the G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S, and now they're going up to face off against their doppelgangers.
Yeah, we got S.A.D.B.O.I.S versus G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S here in the finals. I mean, that last game of Omega Strikers I just watched was one of the most insane games I've seen to date. I mean, I'm looking for this rune in coming in this series. I mean, I'm excited to see what Megaverse has in store for us. Interesting to see if S.A.D.B.O.I.S will draft a Creation Awakening character so that doesn't hurt them too much to deny these trainings, or maybe they'll adapt around the rune, maybe opting for a KO comp of their own, because there are characters with stronger damage in their kit than rune.
Well, I'm thinking, what even would come out for the S.A.D.B.O.I.S if they were to play a creation character? Unless it's your Atlas or your Dubu for Caleb, right? Especially in a world where Finny's banned, by the way. Finny disabled, of course, right? Let's get that out of the way. That's off of the table.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to go for that. I mean,
right.
It's not like anyone's got a pocket Juno here, right?
The one pocket pick that we do have is YouAlreadyLose Amy. He's got that pocket Amy that he's been playing pretty much since launch. That is his go-to. He played it a lot before this kind of Dubu meta that we've been seeing roll around, but now people are figuring out how to play around Dubu. You don't really see Dubu win a lot of tournaments anymore unless it's at the highest level. But even now, during this damage meta, we're going to be seeing Dubu kind of fall off a little bit.
Well, there's only one set of people that actually knows what they're about to draft, and that is the players themselves. So I'm sure we'll be getting into things in just a moment there. Folks, hope you've been enjoying the show so far. If you've missed previous Primetime Tuesdays, by the way, go check out Vaudible's YouTube page, where a handful of the highlight sets have gone up on his YouTube there. You can catch it fully casted and everything. And there is plenty more to go there. I don't know if Vaughn has a command or something for !YouTube in the chat, but just search Vodible on YouTube. I mean, this guy can't be that hard to find, right? Just do that, and you'll be able to come up and find a lot of the previous again, highlighted sets from these Primetime Tuesdays, because as we just watched, there is quite a lot of Omega Strikers to come through. So definitely be sure you're staying tuned there. And I've also heard you might want to keep an eye out for what's to come out of Vaudible, as he's cooking up something a little special for Primetime Tuesday number 10. But we're not talking about that now. We're talking about grand finals of number 9. It's I'm A.Zap for game 1 in this best of 3. And hey, Threezy, this team did their research.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, just understanding the mission, playing for this rune means banning Amy. So it'll be very interesting to see what they come out with here. It's going to be Rasmus Juliet. I've got a little secret, though. Depending on what we see here, I believe we're going to see Vaughn on the Rasmus goalie. He's been whipping it out in in-houses. He's been whipping it out in scrims, and maybe a little bit in solo queue. No. Never mind. That's going to be Vice goalie, and that's going to be Rasmus midfield. I was hoping, and I just completely forgot that Vaughn was playing midfield, because he is the ultimate flex player of all time. So we're going to see a Vice. Like I said, Vice is probably one of the only characters, well, not one of the only ones, but a main character that can outdamage rune and really play for this KO meta we see here. But to note, Juliet, Rasmus, both heavy knockback characters, especially on this map. So who can land more hooks? Who can go fishing?
We'll see who's able to find that fishing nonsense take place, and also who's able to find the dash punch combinations into that pit or off for the sides. As YouAlreadyLose able to jump forward there, and one Thunderstruck finds a goal barrier for the trouble, and now it's right forward again. There's the Flying Phoenix. This is S.A.D.B.O.I.S will take the first one.
Yeah, so you see Bells there. He just waits for the core to get him. It flies away from him. He says, okay, I'm holding on to my cooldowns. I'm not forcing anything. Vaughn gets the core right back to him, dash punches it in. Megaverse is going to have a really hard time defending these barriers and these goals before before he gets any training. So looking to see S.A.D.B.O.I.S take this first set as Vaughn just hits a great hook to KO, and B.E.L.S with another dash punch. I mean, already showing off this damage early as they score.
There's a Start Awakenings as well. It is also 4 pummelers for the Rasmuses and Juliets. Big Fish, Deadeye. That Deadeye pairs with the Death Touch as well. And right now, though, it is all S.A.D.B.O.I.S in this first set. And I think it's just another level of coordination that we see out of them, Threezy. But now, hold that thought from what... Oh, Elo Heaven doesn't quite find it. Leo Leon, though, is able to find the Death Touch KO. But Megaverse has to jump back. It has to relax on the pressure. As the core will try to go towards this net. Now back around to Leo Leon. Tries to put it away. Can't find the mark there. Megaverse has the anomaly to save the goal barrier. B.E.L.S finds yet another KO, but the Thunderstruck doesn't come out in time. And it is Leo Leon that'll find a goal here for the G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S.
Yeah, if they're just able to kite out this damage, avoid it, and do a little bit more core controlling, they can get these barriers. Megaverse just playing for these offensive pillars, but YouAlreadyLose just has this Vice teleport ability, so he can also force pressure onto the other half.
Yeah, and that's another thing to watch out for here, but yet another KO picked up from B.E.L.S. Death Touch pulls it back, denies the core flip, and he'll find the actual goal barrier back the other side. Megaverse can't save it. Pops the judo cloud emoji. And Vaughn looks to send this right back, but oh no, the anomaly might have come through there. Sends one away. I don't know exactly how that one went in, but nonetheless, we're on a 0.5 here in the first set.
Yeah, I believe there was a miscommunication between the goalie and the midfield there. Vaughn, YouAlreadyLose, assuming Vaughn would strike the core, I think missed our strike, so we weren't in the right position to save it. But now the pressure's on for G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S, just losing their barrier immediately, now having to fend as Vaughn is low HP, but B.E.L.S looking to score here.
Oh, and threads the needle right around the anomaly where Megaverse was trying to leave it before dashing away. Well done there, and well done to set up that play too, where YouAlreadyLose comes in with a Thunderstruck, is able to pass it down to Vaughn, who's retreating, who passes it right back up to B.E.L.S. The uninterrupted triangle of passes comes through there and gets the core right on up towards B.E.L.S, who is able to take MVP for the set and takes the Primetime away.
Yeah, you're going to see B.E.L.S take Primetime. I mean, Primetime historically has been an S-tier training for as long as I can remember. Denying that from Rune is really important and not bad on your striker. And you can be comfortable giving Built Different to your Vice because that is an S-tier training on her. And she can just deny it from Leo Leon's Rasmus.
Vaughn even gets to pick up the Stagger Swagger. He's been the target of a handful of additional damage coming out of both Leo Leon and Needle of Heaven. But now, looks like the Death Touch will find its first victim in the rally. Vaughn takes one away, passed up to B.E.L.S. That'll find the goal barrier, and now it's only a matter of time before the Fiery Flurry comes out, prevents the core from going anywhere as Vaughn will able to swing the scythe forward. S.A.D.B.O.I.S, another one on the board.
Yeah, the idea with Rasmus midfield on this map is that you can focus on using your strikes and maybe your secondary to get the core forward to your brawler, but really focus, just like goalie, on hooking one of those teammates around the barrier. As you see, Vaughn there just strikes Megaverse a little too close to the hole and just gets KO'd.
The Pummeler's Deadeye combination here for the Death Touch means that there is an even wider range of places you cannot stand or feel safe around that pit. Leo Leon tries to pull it back here, but it goes right back over to B.E.L.S. Now Vaughn low on Stagger, trying to retreat, but did have the Stagger Swagger and is able to find the speed back to the other side of the pitch to rack up another KO. B.E.L.S. is able to find the Flying Phoenix combination into the net. S.A.D.B.O.I.S up 2-0.
Yeah, and you see B.E.L.S just having both his cooldowns up there, which basically means that YouAlreadyLose and Vaughn able to kind of 2v3 the core control and that KO there. Vaughn turning the tables on Leo Leon, and just not much that they can do about it.
Oh my goodness, Fiery Flurry comes out, core flips it while it's behind the barrier. Nothing that anyone from the G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S could have done there. And it's a 3-0 set on the board. Vaughn gets picked to the litter here.
Yeah, and as you kind of see, like this damage comp does kind of prevail because damage, it's kind of like a little rock paper scissors. Damage is weak to core control, but then you have you have the comp from Megaverse, which is kind of like a creation train, so it's kind of like a hybrid, right? You have the core control aspect and the KO aspect, but that loses to damage early. So this damage comp, really, I don't see them losing, especially with this Happy Star extra special Rasmus hook coming out from Vaughn.
And then, of course, B.O.I.S has to steal away the Timeless Creator from Megaverse there. And the Death Touch already flying. Vaughn will find a KO onto Leo Leon, pick up the goal barrier. B.O.I.S has to go elusive for a moment after using the Fiery Flurry, but Vaughn keeps possession of the core, and B.O.I.S is able to find yet another KO with the Primetime. Punches the goal back as well. It is a, 5-goal streak at this point now? 6-goal streak maybe for the S.A.D.B.O.I.S, as they're looking to run away with this first game.
Oh, but not too hasty as Elo Heaven gets a KO. Leo Leon comes back. So we've got 3-on-1 situation. YouAlreadyLose, though, trying to keep it out. Does lose the barrier as Leo Leon and Elo Heaven look to time up their strikes to get this in. Nice pass from Leo there to Elo. Just hits it down, finds that angle.
Double KO finally finds its mark here for the G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S now. And Megaverse able to join the party, and most notably here, Threezy, I feel like Megaverse has not had the chance to start getting involved, setting some of these anomalies forward, and even getting those critical banishes there, like you just got on to B.O.I.S.
Yeah, I mean, B.O.I.S there, clinical. Finds that he's low on stacker. Elo Heaven chases him, lures him to the hole, finds that Primetime dash, ult dash, like, punch. It's insane what B.O.I.S just did, and then they got another KO and scored. Clinical from S.A.D.B.O.I.S here.
They are just 1 point away from just storming right through this game one, and they open up with yet another KO. The extra special from Vaughn rears its smiling head, I suppose, with Happy Star. Now on the dribble is Vaughn. Can't quite find it. Anomaly comes out here. Megaverse will convert the gold barrier, but Vaughn's got that death touch one more time with Megaverse's name on it. Thunderstruck is forward here. YouAlreadyLose looks for the strike forward, but B.O.I.S is there as well. Can't quite find the core. Vaughn back on the whiplash. Maintains possession here for the S.A.D.B.O.I.S. Dribble down to the bottom side. Leo Leon's there to try to defend and will be successful in doing so for now. But now Elo Heaven tries to strike this forward, looking for some kind of an angle here, but B.O.I.S now on the counter offensive, able to interrupt things. And there's just not much that the G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S can get going right now. They don't have the ability to start going for more of these passing plays. They haven't been able to find the connections. But now they might have their opening as Elo Heaven gets KO'd, gets a KO for himself. Whoa. Looking back up forward here, Leo Leon. Little bit of lag there. Fiery Flurry comes out here from Elo Heaven. Can't quite find its mark to the goal. As now, power play will come out. Megaverse not there in time. Lets it slip by. And the S.A.D.B.O.I.S will take the first game.
Yeah, I mean, super dominant showing there from S.A.D.B.O.I.S. Looking to find more KOs, more damage, more pressure. You saw the runes scale up last game versus Mochi Melody, but not offering him that chance. B.O.I.S able to do a similar effect with that secondary, just TPing forward, using ult, primary, strikes even, just to win that offensive pressure. And Rune Pillar is so small, so weak at an early stage that it's really just not viable in this kind of competition.
Yeah, I mean, without getting some of those critical awakenings early on, including getting Timeless Creator stolen away in one of those opening carousels, didn't have anything really that you wanted to see on the starter awakenings either. And it was completely run away with there. But I think beyond that, because, you know, goalie being one thing, it feels like there's just another level of synergy between what Vaughn wants to do and what B.O.I.S wants to do as they continue working together to put these goals back.
Yeah, I mean, you saw there in the stats, Vaughn had 10 KOs, just able to dime it up to B.O.I.S. B.O.I.S, like I said, being really patient with his cooldowns, just waiting for the moment. You're going to be able to bait out those rune pillars and just wait to dash punch it in, because once he has those pillars gone and no banish, he has no tools. So B.O.I.S really doing a great job capitalizing. Vaughn always be able to find him the core. As we load into our next game, we're going to see a bit of a switch here. We've got a Zentaro and a Dubu band coming out here.
Oni Village is the stage. Megaverse will maintain the rune here, and this rune on this map in particular has the ability to try to defend both barriers with an anomaly here or there, but we'll see what he can get online coming together. the Rasmus, Estelle, Kai gets locked in on the other side. Probably will be Bells here on this Rasmus this time, and it is the Vaughn Kai, the infamous Oni Village Vaughn Kai here at Threezy.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of his pocket picks. Showed it off, obviously, in the CECC land. Without any KO pressure, it's going to be hard to stop Vaughn in this pick, as they just lose 2 barriers immediately.
Megaverse back with 1 anomaly, but cannot be back in time for more, as Vaughn will pick up the first goal within 10 seconds for the S.A.D.B.O.I.S here. You were talking about just not being able to find much in terms of KOs, but Leo Leon on this Juliet, certainly what he'll be trying to do. It's only a matter of actually being able to find those, because I imagine the S.A.D.B.O.I.S are going to be quite content giving the speed lanes over to their opponents. But now goal barriers down on both on the other side of the pitch. Megaverse looks to keep it forward, but Bells is in position. Now is able to find the strike right over to that goal barrier. Here comes the Crystallized Thorns, try to keep this online. Barrage from Vaughn gets it right on over to Bells once again, who sends it back.
I mean, Bells just waits for that quarter drift a little down. Megaverse walks down immediately. Hooks, strikes, primary. I mean, that's just clinical there from Bells. Insane playmaking also from Vaughn to get him the core.
Anomaly out once again here for Megaverse. There is 1 goal barrier though. Leo Leon passed down, but there is the Rose Warp from the Estelle. Caleb though comes up just short. Can't find the goal barrier. Giga Blast almost nearly sends it into the net there, but it is able to get rebounded off of this corner. We'll start to see whether or not the G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S can get the ball rolling here. Back on the other way. Caleb's back in time, but now the dash and the core flip combination comes through from Leo Leon, who's able to find a goal.
Yeah, I mean, that's great tech there from Leo Leon, just utilizing that dash into core flip. The core flip hits the dash hits the core flip core, and it just goes super Mach 5 into the goal. Estelle, yeah, and YouAlreadyLose just having no tools to save that goal.
Megaverse looking forward once again, playing with fire in this speed lane, but it's YouAlreadyLose that gets staggered and sent away. Now the energy burst from Elo Heaven will be what secures the KO. Core can't get down to Leo Leon though, who's rather small, rather weak down there on the bottom side, and now jockeying for position versus Vaughn, but he's able to hold it down there in the Kai in the goal box, and the goal barriers fall on the other side of the pitch. Anomaly goes out. Megaverse actually able to send it right back up to himself, but doesn't have the cooldown to get back, and it's an easy goal for Bells.
Yeah, I mean, great play there by Megaverse. Just completely lost Bells, but Elo Heaven not able to win that strike war, so it was all for nothing. Bells able to take the set with that goal. And as we load into this draft, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff to go around here. You'll probably see Bells opting for Built Different or Big Fish. And then Primetime, probably going to go to the Rune here, if I had to guess.
Timeless Creator, maybe? No, Primetime. All right, well.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, because like we saw, Timeless super good on Rune, but he has to deny Kai that Primetime.
Yeah.
Who's going to offer Big Fish. Maybe try and stay alive, keep his stagger up, as this Era and this Juliet will be scaling with some perfect form, some speed on the Era stagger swagger. Looking for those shrinks, size boosts, and KOs on the side.
Megaverse now really looking for that Monumentalist as we get later into this. But of course, that Primetime will be a decent one here. Now, my goodness. Anomalies come out and find a KO, but lose the goal barrier in the process. Now, another goal barrier taken on the other side. Leo Leon's there, finds it in the speed lane, passes back and forth. Beautiful flutterfly and movement from Elo Heaven, who's finally able to send it back here. G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S lead in a set here.
Yeah, I mean, that's just great Omega Strikers from Leo Leon and Elo Heaven. Able to first find that KO, and then just diving it back and forth with that Era speed, like you mentioned. I mean, just insane passing, and able to find the weakness in YouAlreadyLose.
Megaverse able to defend one barrier, will lose the second. Bells now down to Vaughn, able to find the connection there for that final goal barrier. It'll bounce off of both corners. Caleb now in the speed lane on the bottom side. Crystallized Thorns almost connect, but Bells pulls it right in with the net touch. Beautifully played here for the Rasmus. Finds the angle and sends it back.
Yeah, I mean, especially when these barriers are down is when Rasmus prospers, right? Like, theoretically, Juliet has an easier time of finding these barriers, but really, especially against Rune, like I mentioned previously, Rasmus does counter the striker in terms of his kit. So you're really going to see Rasmus thrive here. If they're able to just get Bells the core, the infamous saying, procure Bells the rock, they're going to be pretty dominant here if they can take the set.
Something like procure Bells the rock and it'll toll. Ding, ding, ding. That seems to be the moneymaker for the S.A.D.B.O.I.S. See if the G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S have anything to say about that here, though. Vaughn will barrage it over to himself. Megaverse will find the banish onto the core and send it away with an anomaly. And you notice Leo Leon and Elo Heaven both trying to just sit on top of Bells, make sure that he doesn't have the opportunity to find this one here. Elo Heaven has the core flip, will use it for the barrier, but a core flip out of YouAlreadyLose. Bells on the dribble now. Anomalies out from Megaverse, but it's right through the wickets. It's good. Bells puts one on the board.
Yeah, I mean, Bells doing a little fancy dribble there off the rune pillar that appears, just making do with what he's got, making lemonade out of rune pillars there, just making that goal, and Megaverse just not prepared for him to shoot it right at him.
And now another set point here for the S.A.D.B.O.I.S. Even when you thought the G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S might have had something, the anomaly comes out just a bit late. Bells almost able to find the strike for the goal barrier. Megaverse is back in time to send it away. Once again, dribble to himself, but the banish comes through. Anomaly there as well. Now it finally finds that goal barrier. YouAlreadyLose keeps it forward in the speed lane with Crystallized Thorns. Vaughn looking for the pass up to Bells, but can't find it there. Leo Leon will collect now. Dash back up to the top side. Can't find it there. Elo Heaven strikes it down to the inner edge of the goal barrier. Tries to find this connection up to Leo Leon, but Vaughn is in the way on the Kai. Beautiful defensive positioning. Core flip out. YouAlreadyLose brilliantly timed piercing shot, and Leo Leon can't quite put it back with this dash. Still looking for the shot here as both Vaughn and YouAlreadyLose are in position. But now Bells will be there on the whiplash to collect. The anomaly isn't quite out in time. And it is yet another set on the board for the S.A.D.B.O.I.S. They are one set away from 9 consecutive Primetime Tuesday victories in a row.
Yeah, Vaughn there with the Giga Goat Flay, just aims that, strikes it perfectly, wins the strike war, and man, in the bottom corner, nothing Megaverse can do about that. Another feature of this Kai pick that we want to talk about is with a ranged goalie like Estelle, they can really swap roles very easily depending on whether they have their cooldowns up. We're going to see here drafts coming in, Vaughn having quick strike, which is going to be very, very strong. He's going to be able to take control of this core. Era does get cast to last, so we're going to see really if Elo Heaven can hit these strings and really empower Leo Leon. We could see them maybe eking out a set here, but they're really going to have to play well.
By the way, talk about being able to switch the strikers around. Well, not only that, but the pilots could also probably be switched around with Vaughn having so much experience in the goal as well. He'll still be back there and still be able to hold things down if YouAlreadyLose gets KO'd or if he needs to for any reason at all. Now finds a Giga Blast on to Leo Leon and then is met with a Rose Warp from YouAlreadyLose, who uses the second to get back. Anomalies out here preventing the goal barrier from falling, but again, the Timeless Creator isn't online for Megaverse, and the goal barrier will still fall after the rally. Slowed pace of play for a moment, but it's trying to get this core back on up to Bells, who's now banished. YouAlreadyLose forward on the Rose Warp. A last-second anomaly comes out of Megaverse, and now Elo Heaven's turn to play a little bit of goalkeeping here, but it still gets by Megaverse as Vaughn's able to send it out of the speed lane, just 2 goals away for the S.A.D.B.O.I.S.
Yeah, just not enough there for Megaverse. Really played that well. Just not enough to save it. And I'm going to make a point here. In terms of the compositions, we have Estelle and Kai, who are 2 ranged strikers. No ranged strikers, really. I would give an asterisk to Rune as a ranged striker, really. He doesn't really have a lot of range in his kit, other than placing those pillars. But without trains, it really isn't that relevant. You have this Estelle and Kai putting on a ton of pressure that just can't be matched right now.
Not only I mentioned that, but a little bit of extra reach of the Rasmus here as well. And what are you going to do if you just have to try to walk up and find the strikes out of Elo Heaven and Leo Leon? Looks like Megaverse able to find the core flip down around to the speed lane, gets it by YouAlreadyLose. And the G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S once again trying to go on a rampage, trying to find any answer to come back the other way.
Yeah, Leo Leon just trying to put pressure on YouAlreadyLose there. Great job The core flip from Megaverse just coming up. YouAlreadyLose preoccupied with that beam up to Leo, just can't save the core.
Elo Heaven's Maelstrom will play a pivotal role in finding that goal barrier, but now they have to find the second as well. Anomaly connects, tries to send it away, but the collapse is coming through for the S.A.D.B.O.I.S. They're looking for the upper goal barrier here, but it's defended for now. Maelstrom, weak, will collect the core nonetheless, but Vaughn on the dribble, looks forward for Bells, will take it himself, and it'll find the barrier. Open goal gates here for the S.A.D.B.O.I.S to put it back. Anomaly out once again, but Vaughn's barrage is still able to get it past. Elo Heaven down to Leo Leon. There's the core flip, denied by Vaughn. There's the Anomaly out once more. The dash comes through, but it will be defended for now. Once again, looking to come out. Here comes the Giga Blast. Bell's able to read it, pull it back with a death touch, but it's interrupted by the core flip coming from Elo Heaven. It's right back got over to Bells, though. Actually, Vaughn might take it himself. Now on the dribble, loses it. Right back up to Leo Leon. But they still can't get any offensive pressure going. Maybe finally there's an opportunity, but now there's cooldowns meant out of YouAlreadyLose, who keeps it forward. That ranged presence comes through. Crystallized Thorns once again keeping possession for the S.A.D.B.O.I.S. Now Vaughn trying to get this up to Bells once more. Core flip finally comes out. Megaverse is still back to save it. The defense is holding, but where's the offense? There's the Anomaly once more. Megaverse is able to dash down to the bottom side as well. But again, where is the offensive presence? The S.A.D.B.O.I.S had possession of the core for nearly 60 consecutive seconds. They'll finally find a way to put it back and send themselves to tournament point.
Yeah, I mean, no cap, Kbot. I am getting chills on my spine watching Vaughn play this COD midfield and watching Caleb just play this S.A.D.B.O.I.S goalie. They have complete domination over the core. This is the most domination of the core I've seen. I mean, granted, Megaverse in that game last series with that rune, I mean, akin to what's happening here on Oni Village. Just insane pressure here coming up from S.A.D.B.O.I.S. Leo Leon, though, stepping up to that barrier, almost takes it, but now is going to end up staggered and has to use a score flip.
Has to use it just to stay alive for a moment. Will eventually end up finding an Elo Heaven. Looks to find a cheeky one back, but YouAlreadyLose back in time. Now sends it back with a bewitching beam. And it's a 0.5 between these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, if G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S can take the set, that'll be huge for them. Give them a chance to get some scaling awakenings. Maybe have a chance to take this one. But Leo Leon looks to be lagging a bit as well. I hate to mention it, but just what players will call eject button forward, as you can see there. Just trying his best to play, but just zooming around the map. So look to observe that as we go. And Bells is fully staggered.
Oh no, there's both goal barriers down in the blink of an eye here. The S.A.D.B.O.I.S look to capitalize. Vaughn tries to send it around this Anomaly with the barrage, and now his core flip right in front of the net will punch it right through. Once again between the Anomalies. The S.A.D.B.O.I.S are 9 consecutive back to 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 back Primetime Tuesday champions.
Yeah, I mean, just impressive stuff there. You saw the Vaughn, or the Kai from Vaughn coming out there. It's the prodigal striker, the pocket pick. I mean, just excellently executed there. You had the big fish to give him size, the quick strikes to give him the speed, and that refreshed strike cooldown. Just really, really controlling the core there. You see Megaverse there with those 128 redirects, just trying to keep it out, doing a great job holding the line. But just too much pressure there. Vaughn, YouAlreadyLose, 120 redirects apiece. Bells, obviously, with those 4 goals. But, I mean, Vaughn with 5 of his own, definitely man of the match there for S.A.D.B.O.I.S. I mean, just insane stuff, once again, for their 9th tourney in a row.
And we were talking about it a little bit, but heading right on back to that striker select, when you see the Estelle and the Kai come through, also the Rasmus in addition, the area of influence that each of these strikers has over the core is just completely, staggering compared to anything out of the composition for the G.L.A.D.B.O.I.S in that game. The Juliet wants to keep the core close. The Era basically has to keep the core close unless you've got a cheeky bewitching beam or a maelstrom to throw at it things. And maybe you get a little bit of extra speed, sure, but you still got to get right up close to that core. And it just felt like whatever the team of the S.A.D.B.O.I.S wanted to do, they're able to just run away with things because they can always find something to influence the core.
Yeah, 100%. Just a lot of abilities coming out. Obviously, I talked about during the match those range strikers really playing a big impact. Estelle, Kai, the goalie swap potential, even the damage and KO potential, right? If you step a little too close to the side, that Giga Blast can come out. That Coel angle can come out where you blink into primary on Estelle. You can hit a ton of abilities on these ranged characters to just take the edge. And you won't even need like a Juliet dash punch. You know, that's 2 abilities that's predicted. Whereas these ranged characters, they can just kill you from a mile away and you won't even know what happened. So definitely well drafted by S.A.D.B.O.I.S. They're better executed for sure. And just insane from all 3 strikers.
Safe to say that in terms of these specific tournaments, the S.A.D.B.O.I.S are in a league of their own. 9 straight, potentially looking to make it 10 straight in a row. Not 10, actually longer than 10 weeks, basically, at this point, right? Because we've had a couple of off weeks with break weeks here or there, but nonetheless, it is impressive to continue watching them play, and I am so excited to see if anyone potentially can take them down, but it is going to take a monumental task and some understanding of the game, Threezy, that I don't think anyone else has right now.
Yeah, I mean, literally creating the meta as it goes along. Some of the chief innovators of the game in this match. So really just setting the tone for the meta going into NASL Season 2, kind of the next big kind of league, big tournament that there is planned. So looking forward to that, obviously, in terms of roster finalization, stuff like that. We have just insane compositions coming out, developing the meta. We've got another patch rolling out soon. So just crazy stuff to stay tuned for. I'm really excited.
And speaking of crazy things to stay tuned for, there is plenty more competitive Omega Strikers action coming up in the oncoming weeks. Of course, plenty of excitement ramping up. First of all, shout outs to the staff team for putting this one together. It's been Storm Warrior on production for us here tonight. And I think Maple, Reed, Kuyachi, basically everyone got involved on the new format night for Primetime Tuesday. So hope you enjoyed the event as we continue trialing what the best possible tournament format for Omega Strikers might be. Speaking of formats, Big Fish Friday will feature, I believe, an identical format heading into this coming Friday. So if you're not aware of that, be sure that you sign up for that one coming up in, on Friday, hence the name of the tournament. I'm getting told on production that maybe Big Fish is doing Swiss, but you can read the details on the bracket page there for yourselves to figure that one out. And, of course, stay tuned because Vodible's got something cooking for the 10th Primetime event. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks. So stay tuned for more announcements coming from Vaughn soon. But for everyone here, Vaughn included, it's been a fun night. Threezy, any other closing remarks on the day?
I mean, it's been a pleasure as always, Kbot. Great games today. I mean, these were some of the most fun Omega Strikers games I've seen in a while. Honestly, I say that every time I cast, so that's a great thing. I'm really liking watching the game right now. It's fun to be a player, but a lot of us top players, it's even more fun to watch. So I'm just excited to be up here. Shout out to Vodible. Shout out to all of the casters, all of the TOs, all the production. Great job. Another Primetime number 9. And shout out to S.A.D.B.O.I.S. The Dynasty continues.
The Dynasty continues. The S.A.D.B.O.I.S maintain their league of their own status. 9 straight Primetime Tuesdays in a row. We'll see what happens for them in the future. But folks, that'll do it from us here tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope to see you back here next time. See you all around.